Fingers are crossed.
Welcome to Hops News, the trusted source in beer culture news. Here's your host, Jay Brew.
Hey, welcome back to another live episode of the Hops News. Man, I missed last week. I tried everything I could think of. For those of you that don't know, some of you do know, I've had a change of jobs the past couple of weeks, and obviously, well, maybe not so obvious. With that came a change of, I guess, living arrangements. So we've got a place in Myrtle Beach that I live at, I guess, during the week for the most part, and then come back here to Blowing Rock on the weekend, and obviously during the Thanksgiving holiday to spend with the family. And our location in Virginia Beach just doesn't have the creature comforts that our home here in Blowing Rock has, and one of those is definitely a good internet service. So left a little bit of challenge. Matt hit a home run with it. Had a great episode with Jamie from Allsops Brewing. Man, what a great story! I haven't emailed Jamie back yet. We'll probably do it tomorrow at some point. But man, that's a fantastic story, and a solid beer. They shipped us a solid product. We've got some coming out to one of the lucky viewers, so they can be a part of that. But great story for those guys. Good to be back. I hope everybody has their happy hour vitamins like I do for our Blackout Wednesday episode, because tonight, I believe, is traditionally one of the heaviest drinking days of the year. So people will be out drinking with family and friends, and overindulging too much tonight in preparation for tomorrow. So if you have the happy hour vitamins, definitely take them. I've taken 2 already, and we'll take 2 more when I wake up in the morning just to make sure I'm good to go. But good episode tonight. We're going to talk about Blackout Wednesday. We're going to talk about good beers. We're going to talk about, I think our main topic is going to be topics to discuss at the Thanksgiving table and topics not to discuss. best and worst topics for the Thanksgiving table. So should be interesting. I'm looking forward to hearing what these guys talk about. Every family dynamic's a little bit different, so it will be interesting to see what some of those topics are. But before we get started on that, let's go down to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Lauren. Lauren's running a little bit behind tonight. I think we've got her audio, we've got a video up here now, so hopefully we hold together. Lauren, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? That's the real question.
Oh yeah, we can hear you. A little bit broken up, but we can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm a little rushed. I just cracked open a beer. I actually opened the Anchor Christmas beer, but it's very dark. Normally, this is more of a light beer.
Oh wow!
But I've only taken a tiny sip. It's very malty this year.
That's
and like
this year.
I had actually mentioned, yeah, this is this year. A week or two ago, they have the Joshua tree on the label. I don't know how clear you can see.
Oh yeah, nice.
Hopefully my internet gets together. But and I took vitamins. Yeah, I'm really. Can you guys hear me well, or is it really breaking up?
Yeah, it's a little bit choppy. Your video's a little bit choppy. I'm not sure if you have a wired connection or if you're solely on Wi-Fi. But if you have the availability for a wired connection, just check your. We can hear you fine. It is just a little bit choppy, but that's kind of to show that glass with Anchor. That is definitely not Anchor's typical holiday Christmas beer. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's more just like a dark ale. I mean, it's not porter or stout or anything. It's just a Christmas ale, but yeah, I've never seen it this dark. I started to pour it and was very surprised.
Yeah,
It's our special ale. It's 7% this year.
Nice. Little bit more ABV as well, from I remember. I think they're usually around 6-ish, but I will definitely have to look for it. It makes me want to go look for it. I think that's one of the Christmas beers that we tend to look for and find, but definitely being a little bit darker, that's going to be interesting this year. How's that compare to the other seasons? Well, just as good or better?
I like it. It's a little more flavorful. I've only had a couple sips because I was so rushed. I need to get my bearings. But no, I really like it. But what's interesting is, so they sold to, I believe they're owned by the same company as Corinne or Sephora. I don't remember. But since they've sold, it's been harder to get for some reason. You would think it would be a bit easier. So I did find this one Total Wine. But in the past, they've been at like the grocery store. And I'm having a hard time finding New Belgium Accumulation as well. And that one is sold as this, as well. And that's my favorite go-to Christmas beer. That's the one that made me fall in love with IPAs. So I got to find it.
Nice. Yeah, it's definitely one of those that are on the list for me, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes this season for sure. Anchor always has a solid Christmas beer. Got a few that I've seen in the grocery stores and some breweries posting their, the holiday beer rotation is hitting the market space. So that's going to be a big time in the following weeks is getting those Christmas beers out.
I got on deck. So I found the Christmas one.
Nice. Good to see you, Lauren. Thanks for holding it down last week. You definitely did your homework last week. So if anybody didn't get a chance to go listen to that episode, go check it out. Hoppy did her homework as always, brought a lot of questions, a lot of relevant topics to the table from a brewery with a long history, a very interesting history. Hopefully better luck this time than they've had in the past.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it was hard to stop researching. It really was. So if anybody, I would definitely recommend listening to that and checking out the website as well, because there's more history than we even had time to get into. It was amazing.
Yep. Yeah, interesting guy. Hope to have him back on too. I know they're making a push to try to get distributed over here, so hopefully when we have more news about that, we can get him back on and talk about it. Let's go check in with Matt out in Mountain Home, Idaho. Matt, how's things going in Idaho?
What's up, dudes? Today is just the most wonderful day of the year. It's the day where everybody goes to their local hometown bar that they haven't gone to in a long time and sees all their former high school classmates that they've been trying to avoid. So I'm going to say that it's Blackout Wednesday because you run into all those people you don't want to be around. And then you also have to think about the fact that your mother-in-law is coming to visit and she's going to be crowding the kitchen telling you how to cook the turkey like you haven't done this a million times. So, but it's a good time.
I
I'm excited
haven't.
to eat a lot of food. No, it's always a fun holiday. I'm drinking Jack Squatch from the brewery that our friend Jeremy here works at. It's part 2 of 4 of their Monsters and Myths double IPA series, and it's pretty rad. I like this. I love Sasquatch. First of all, obviously I have them tattooed on me, but it's got Lotus and Strata hops. It's a 9% ABV from New Realm Brewing, and yeah, if you see here, I'm drinking out of the Appalachian Football Club to even match the Sasquatch. It's got a
Hey.
good color to it, so I'm pretty excited for this beer. It tastes really good. It's a lot. It looks like nice, light, and crisp, but it packs a little bit of a punch there. And yeah, my background behind me is a little messed up this week. My wife has been recording her nursing school stuff, and there's like a fake vagina sitting next to me. Funny enough, because she had to practice catheters this week, so trying to keep all the good medical stuff out of the way. So my background is a little different this week.
Yeah.
Hey, it could come in handy during a long beer podcast.
It very much could.
Yeah.
This
There you
is
go.
what's-
Oh, jeez. What in the hell?
She has to practice for nursing school and everything, so it's just I was like moving and stuff. It's funny because when she was recording her video, right? So I've been helping her, and last week she was like, "I got to record a catheter video," and I was like, I am not helping you with that video because I've been the test subject for all the videos." She's like, "No, it's fine. I'm obviously not going to put a catheter on you." I was like, "Thank God." So I come in and there's like this giant stuffed sloth that the kids have. It's like a 3-foot tall one. He's laid up on this makeshift bed with the fake vagina on him, and so like she was her patient and stuff. And I'm like, what was going on? Like I just can't imagine being the person who's grading this video, like watching this sloth with it. And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. That's
Man,
awesome, man.
It's a good. I got the Hops News turkey is brining in our wonderful brine. Gonna make some pies tomorrow. Watch some Thanksgiving football. Watch the parade, and life is good. But it's also a reminder, real quick, that you better get your Secret Santa gifts and mail those out because December 18th is coming fast.
Damn. That is right around the corner.
I had to remind myself of that. Actually, I was like, oh shit, I need to get that in the mail next week because, yeah, we're only a couple weeks away already, man.
Yeah, I definitely need to get that together. Next week, I guess, when I get back to the office, whoever's I have for the Secret Santa is gonna get a box of good shit. Hopefully.
Oh
so.
yeah.
Awesome. Mash, you got a lot going on, or Matt, you got a lot going on out there this week. You got fake vaginas, you got turkeys in the brine, you got basketball, parades.
Oh, my God.
There's a lot going on in the.
I hope a lot of people just tune right now.
Yeah, we.
Yeah,
I just got back from a basketball. I played. Your man's here played college ball over the weekend, and yeah, we got our asses kicked. It was. You can tell. It wasn't so much a talent disparity because we could run with those guys, but it was more of a they get to do this like 20 hours a week, and we have grown folks' business to attend to, so we don't get to practice as much.
Yeah.
But,
That's a pretty
it was good
cool.
experience.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool experience, though, for sure.
I can say I played college basketball, so
Yeah, put that on your resume.
hell yeah.
Good show. I'm drinking. I didn't share what I was drinking yet. I don't think this one, stouts. For some reason, I get to the, which is good because I get to the point during the season where my refrigerator is filled with stouts, and there we go. When it finally focuses, triple chocolate WD-40, Highwire Brewing. If anybody, I'm sure some of the beer snobs amongst our viewers have had some Highwire 10W40.
Oh yeah.
This is their triple chocolate version. I tell you what, I've not had a bad version of the 10W40. They do a lot of different versions of it. This one is as good as the rest. Another one that I would purchase again if I seen it on the shelf. But it's kind of funny this time of the year. I get to where I've pushed all these stouts around throughout the summer. And it's like now I get to dig them out of the back of the refrigerator because it's time for stout season. So
That's true. I've got like a whole bottom row of my fridge in the garage is stouts right now.
Yep. It's going to be a good time of the year, hitting these big, heavy beers, delicious beers like this one is phenomenal again by Highwire. So looking forward to the season. Looking forward to some of these Christmas beers as well. We've got a couple of Christmas beers out of Old Hickory already. And definitely looking forward to Cold Mountain coming up out of Asheville. That's another phenomenal beer that I looked for at the grocery store this evening, but it wasn't there. So I'm kind of a little bit like, what's that?
I gotta send you my homebrew. I'm sorry, you just reminded me. I still have to send you a bottle of my homebrew.
Yeah, is that the maple one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, yeah. I am definitely looking forward to trying that. Lauren, have you tried that one yet?
Yeah, it was really good. I actually recorded myself opening it, and I was going to put together a whole video. I just haven't gotten around to it, but I should do that. I even colored a label for him.
Nice.
Jack Skellington and everything. But
our friends over at Common Law Brewing have tried it, and they said it's actually really good. So that makes me think it's actually legitimately good beer, and not just is it good, is it not good. So it's brewer approved by Brad and Mark at Common Law.
Nice.
It's very bad. Failed home brewer approved.
Yeah. So now you have your brewing career ahead of you.
Hey, if I got a side gig, I can always fall back on if things go south over here. So.
Yeah, when you're at the dinner table tomorrow and the in-laws kick you out because you bring up some shitty topics, you definitely have something to fall back on to when you get kicked out.
I'm a home brewer. I brew good beer. Yeah. Do you know who I am?
I can make it on your own for sure. So speaking of Thanksgiving and dinner topics, let's talk about some good ones. Let's get the good stuff off the table first. Just in case, so when we get to the point where we start offending viewers and they start dropping off, we don't feel so bad because it's towards the end of the episode. But let's talk about the good topics. What's some good topics to talk about at the Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, I mean, you obviously have how is little Johnny and little Susie doing at school? Catch them up on the school year so far. Unless they're doing bad, and then in which case you lie and say they're doing good anyways. You got sports, maybe your sports team's doing good, unless you're the Lions, and we're all subject to watching you on Thanksgiving.
I was just going to say, one of the bad topics for me is talking about the Lions, because grew up in Michigan, obviously, Thanksgiving dinners about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Detroit. Talking about sports, and especially the Lions, was never a good topic. Especially when the men of the house had a couple of beers in them and they were getting their asses destroyed by mid-afternoon. So not always a great topic for the dinner tables in Michigan for sure. But yeah, sports. How's the family doing? What are we here for? What are we thankful for? Is always a popular one.
Cryptocurrency.
Yeah, what are we thankful for? Is that what we're thankful for? Is that what we're discussing? Because it will depend on how the market is during dinner.
It's down right now for crypto, but
okay, then let's not talk about that for dinner. Unless it's back up tomorrow, it might be.
Yeah,
it could be. It's good.
As crazy as
sensitive subject in our house.
Yeah, I bet it is. As crazy as that market is, you definitely got to look at your phone right before you start the conversation.
Oh yeah, look at your stocks. Be like, oh well, stocks are up. I don't know. I'm not very smart in stocks. I'm very dumb when it comes to that stuff. I have tried to learn multiple times. So I would welcome that conversation, good or bad, because then it's like I can learn something. So, yeah, that's how I feel.
I think beer in our house, good beer, talking especially with friends. So typically for our Thanksgiving, it's like a Friendsgiving, right? We usually have the... kind of the people that are relocated like ourselves that don't go home for the holidays. So it ends up being a Friendsgiving at our house with, typically 2 to 3, maybe 4 couples and their families here at our place entertaining. So most of them enjoy good beer. Beer is always a positive topic. There's really not much that group argues about beer wise. So that's usually a safe one. This one for us, this year's Thanksgiving is going to be a little bit different. It's just going to be the 3 of us. Nikki's been down and out, sick as a damn dog the past week. So not looking to share that love with anybody else. So we kind of called this Thanksgiving short. Christmas probably another time for friends to get together. But yeah, beer is usually a solid topic. Talking with friends and at least our friends and family.
I will say
We
I
are.
usually. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You usually what? Now I gotta know.
I was just saying, we usually have a bunch of the airmen and stuff over,
Mm-hmm.
the guys, and so all we do is talk about how we can't wait to get out of the military, and we talk about our grand plans of what we're gonna do when we get out. That's a big, good conversation that goes on, and how much we hate our lives.
Yeah, yeah, that
And
is.
that's what you're thankful for.
Yeah, that's
It's like prison because you're always like, man, when I get on the outside, I'm doing this.
yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, Matt, because that was kind of like it was for us in the Army too, right? We were generally the older group of friends because most of the time I was, their team leader or something of that sort. So one of the positive topics was always how bad the Army is. Never talk about how good the Army is because nobody's ever going to agree with you anyways. But
Oh, that's
yeah,
the one where that's the other end of the coin. If you're like, man, military is great, things are great. Everyone's like, what? You kidding me? I just worked a 13-hour shift on the flight line, blah blah blah.
yeah.
But yeah, we all get together and we just like air your grievances, and we're all on the same page.
Yeah, and most everybody agrees. The only difference is what is your plans. Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
the interesting thing. Like what everybody's plans were. It's kind of interesting because there's a couple of guys that I worked with that their plans have held up, but for the majority of them, their plans are completely different than what they are doing now.
oh yeah. I gotta say, for about 90% of the people that I know who have gotten out, their plans, they're still trying to figure it out. Very,
Yeah,
very few. There are a few that are like they got it and they're living great lives, and nobody's like homeless by any means. But there are some that are still trying to figure the way out, and I'm like, that's why I'm over preparing myself.
Not even in the military, and I'm still trying to figure it out.
Oh, I mean, do we ever really figure it out, man?
no.
I feel like there's like 1% of people that figure it out, and that's it. But, our
New Year
family
glitch.
gatherings, whether I'm with my mom or dad, have kind of all turned into beer tastings. So, everybody brings, beer from breweries that are, closest to them that don't really. And we're going to my brothers and my mom and dad, which I don't think I've celebrated Thanksgiving with both of them since I was 5. That's probably last year they were married to each other. Watching, if it's wrong, correct me. So I anticipate a lot of good beer to be shared tomorrow. And he's a big PBR and Yingling fan, but he still will try the good stuff and still appreciate the good
Nice.
stuff. And his girlfriend's gotten into a little bit of it too. So we just do every family thing a beer share now. And I mean, you can't go wrong there.
I'm jealous. No.
You should be. I'd be jealous if I wasn't.
Well,
It's
I
really
will
nice.
say that when I did live at home, my dad and all them, like we would have our cousins, whatever it is. His name's Larry. He lives by Treehouse, so he would always go through Treehouse and his Wegmans that sells all this, and then we would beer share together on Thanksgiving. Actually, so, but I don't have anything like that now, so I'm gonna live through you.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
my mom's leaving Sarasota. So she hooks up with that Calusa on the way. And my dad was in Florida, so now he's got new breweries to bring us because he used to always bring me Wakefield or Tripping Animals. Miss the J
That's
Wakefield
true.
hookup. Not gonna lie.
A
I just have to
Thanksgiving
down
bottle
Ryan anymore
share.
now.
Thanksgiving bottle share. That's like Christmas early.
Yeah.
Well, we do it on Christmas too. Actually, Dad, if you are watching, which I think he is, so Prairie does this Christmas bottle, and I buy it every year, like $10 for a 12-ounce bottle, but it's really good. I have 2 pictures on it that are like highlights where you have to find the differences. And so my dad and I share this tiny little bottle, and then the kid, we we get out a piece of paper and we try to find all the differences, and we have never found all of them.
Ooh,
I think we've done it
that's
like the
actually
last
really
5
cool.
years. So it's become like a family tradition based around a beer bottle. So yeah, I grabbed one the other day, found it, and it always kills me to spend $10 on one 12-ounce bottle, but it's tradition, so I have to do it now.
Ooh, $12. That's or did you say $10 on a 12-ounce bottle?
Yep, $10 on a 12-ounce bottle, but I think they put extra Christmas magic in it, so I think that's what you're paying for. I think it's been blessed by Santa. I don't know.
Extra, like the Pope has come down and blessed this particular bottle.
The Pope, the Easter Bunny, and Santa Claus.
That'll be an extra tasty bottle for sure for that day. So, got some good topics for good conversations, right? How's the family doing? What are we thankful for? What are we drinking? Beer. I guess there's probably families that bourbon is a big thing, and everything else. Wine, I know, has been popular in our household in some years. Those all sound like what are we going to do to get out of the military? All solid choices around the Thanksgiving dinner table. Let's go check in with Hoppy before we get to the bad topics, because we want to make sure that people stick around to hear what Hoppy's got for news, because she does have a little bit of beer news for us, and then we'll get to the offensive topics.
Your commercial break.
Yeah, after your commercial break, that should be pretty good. Let's go check in with Hoppy, or Lauren rather. Sorry, I'm still trying to get used to the new name tags.
Well, I told Matt, I go, it's weird that Jay's calling me Lauren now and not Hoppy, because I get so used to being called Hoppy. So the craft beer market in Korea is suddenly booming. So I thought that was an interesting one. They believe it is because to get a lot of Japanese imports, and a lot of people are boycotting against Japanese imports. And the growth of the home beer market amongst the pandemic has created like a trend with younger people that they value individuality more so now, so they want to get more local craft beer. So I thought that was interesting because I don't really consider Korea a craft beer market. But you know what? I feel like everywhere is becoming a craft beer market now. And my other piece of news is actually festive news. For many of you, you know, the Goose Island barrel-aged stout is a huge deal. Just came out or coming out tonight. Or, you know, people used to wait in line for it. Now they don't necessarily have to do that. So the guy, Josh Noel, he's the one that wrote the book Barrel Aged Stout and Selling Out. And he writes a lot of beer articles for some Chicago newspaper. And he just posted an article that said a lot of the places that normally have barrel-aged stout every year, Goose Island is not giving it to them because they're not pushing the Goose Island products year-round. Yeah. I mean, I can't be surprised. That's kind of how InBev works. And yeah, they mentioned that in the book a little bit, so thought that was interesting. I have so much from past years that I don't intend on buying any this year, but
I'm able to get this year's if anybody wants it, actually, because there's a big craft beer store, and they're opening with a big bottle share and donuts and food on Friday, and then they're gonna have Goose Island Bourbon County 2021 on draft and in bottles. So the Blanton's, Cherrywood, Classic Cola. They may have others, but they haven't heard back from Goose Island. They'll have the Bourbon County 19 and 20. And then they're going to have Big Bad Baptist Series, the Sextuple, Triple B, Chocolate Raspberry, Bigger Badder, Baptista. So if you've heard of the Big Bad Baptist Series, they're going to have a ton of those as well.
Nice. I would love to have it on draft. I've only ever had it in a bottle.
The Big Bad Baptist Series is delicious.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it. So, I mean, I might have to go and pick some up on Friday for my Secret Santa, actually. So whoever is my person may be in for a treat.
Yeah, Big Bad Baptist, you won't be disappointed in those ones, Mash, for sure.
I have to see which ones I have, because I have a few various years that I haven't cracked open.
Yeah, that's it's interesting to hear Japan coming on in Korea in those beer markets like that, craft beer markets, because those weren't there wasn't a lot of their beer scene when I was over there. It was mostly InBev products when I was in Korea, I guess mid '90s. So it's kind of interesting to hear that. That's that could be big for the American craft beer brewers, especially now that we're reaching a point where craft beer sales is more of a plateau than the growth curve that it has been on the past decade. So, could be good news for us in the States for sure if it catches on and becomes as popular over there as it is here. It's good stuff. Great liquid in a can or a bottle. Need to share the wealth. I tell everybody when politics conversations get too heavy, if politicians just shut the fuck up and drink a beer together, shit would get done in Washington, D.C. a lot better than what it is now.
No kidding.
We're getting it. That would work too.
They must don't like nobody must drink real good beer there because they're always arguing. I'm convinced maybe if they just had one good, pint.
Like they need
Some of
like
them
a
might need an edible rather than beer.
yeah.
Honestly, I mean, at this point, yeah, Jesus.
But let's start with something. Let's start like every Thursday is like Thirsty Thursday on the floor. Everybody's got to drink a 6-pack before they can go home.
I mean,
Who was it? What, Thomas Jefferson picked up the Declaration in the bar?
well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's who it
if
was.
I was the president, like at least once a week, you know what? We're getting around. We're gonna drink a damn beer, and we're gonna actually talk about real shit. And it's not, we're not just gonna sit there in a room at 9 a.m. and like pretend that we all want to be friends. No, God damn it, we're shutting the Congress doors. We're drinking beer, and we're getting stuff done.
Yeah, I would think that, most people, no matter what side of the table they're on, after you've had a 6-pack, you can probably agree on something and get something done.
I got to. I mean, geez,
Right?
I feel like it, right?
I mean, I've made a lot of bad decisions drunk before, so, I mean, fuck. I mean, they're got to be the same type of people. Let's just get them drunk every Thursday.
You gotta
Chat
have
it
the
to
one guy in the corner who's sober though, because then next thing you know, someone's gonna get the good idea of let's go
What
launch
nuclear
this
nudes are
missile.
coming out?
You're gonna have the dude there like, no, hold on. Wouldn't it be funny if we ran through a Waffle House?
Like,
with the
yeah, we
nuclear
should
codes?
bomb them. That's a good idea. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Well, if you can get everybody in the room that's drunk to agree on it, then it's probably a good idea.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Right?
That's fair.
I've
Even
been in
running-
a bunch of drunk people and had a bad idea.
Ah.
Like, you're in a room full of drunk people. Somebody's gonna be like, "No, I'm sober enough to drive. That okay? I have us to Taco Bell." And if everybody else is drunk,
President
than that
Biden's like,
person-
guys, I got the keys, I can drive.
yeah.
yeah, no
Yeah.
one designated driver.
Yeah, especially him. If anybody else, especially him. Yeah, I just think that if there was like that Thirsty Thursday or open taps for lunch or something like that up there in those fucking high up buildings, that definitely I think more shit would get done. I know I'd get more shit done with a bunch of people that I didn't agree with if we were a couple of beers into
yeah,
it.
I already have to do that sober. Give me a couple of beers, it'll be even easier.
Yeah, I'm not a hugger, but you get enough beers in me, and I'll hug people.
Very good.
I mean, that's my
Lauren's
being
not a
nice or
hugger?
great. If you-
I hate being
I'm not a
touched.
hugger
I
at
hate
all,
being-
and all my friends know it. Sometimes they fuck with me with it. Like, I have one friend that I was actually just at her house like an hour ago, and she's like, "I know you're not a hugger, but I'm gonna hug you anyways."
Mom was like, please
The
don't.
struggle is real.
Yeah, especially in the
Yeah.
holiday season. Everybody wants to hug when they go
Yeah.
over to each other's house or Christmas or Thanksgiving.
It's
You
just
always
so much
rem-
work to hug everybody when you get there, hug everybody when you leave. It's a lot of
Well,
work.
and there's always that one aunt that smells like a 90-year-old perfume and everything else that they pour on them, and it's like, God damn, I'm going to smell like this the rest of the day.
Ew,
That's the
yeah, or like
worst.
grandma with her like makeup that she's gonna hug you or get it on your shirt, and then you just have like a face print of grandma's makeup. That looks,
Yeah.
How much makeup
like the
does your
same
grandma
makeup.
wear?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like
Jeez.
my grandma. Carrie's grandma wears a lot of makeup. She's very old. She's very about like grandma. I just picture this old lady in my mind that has like bright red lipstick and like this makeup that's just
Like
like
half of it's in her
ew.
teeth.
Ugh.
Please don't touch me. I don't like lipstick to begin with. It freaks me out. First of all, like
I don't think anybody
my mom
does.
would. It's creepy, and like my mom used to like, my mom cakes it on, right, and she would like be like, "Oh, try this drink," and I'm like, "That's fucking disgusting," because like you have a straw and stuff. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's all over the glass, the rim of the glass, the straw. I
That
mean,
shit
it's
is nasty.
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So let's start the controversial topics. Like if you're at the Thanksgiving dinner table, like what is some things you don't talk about?
Well, you're obviously
Politics.
yes, but furthermore, you're not going to discuss how Uncle Joey thought that JFK was apparently coming back to life this week to take back the presidency and put Donald Trump back in office, and JFK Jr. was going to be the vice president. That's a real thing, by the way. I found out today.
I did saw that. Yeah,
That's a real thing, and I was
that
like,
was a few
"What?"
weeks ago, I think.
No, it happened this week. They thought it was happening this week, I guess. So that's what you're not going to talk about.
Like conspiracy theories.
Yeah, like, 'cause that is crazy.
Well, talk about them as long as everyone in there is in agreement that conspiracy theories are not true. But if you have one person that agrees that it's true, yeah, no conspiracy theory talk.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
true.
egg on
That's
that one person.
Yeah, because I will tell
You're
you
not.
what, they'll go off on the fucking rails. Like, they'll take over Thanksgiving Day. Will be a complete conspiracy by the time they leave your house.
Right. You'll be raiding a
Yeah, that's
basement of
true.
Pizza Hut for pedophiles.
Yep.
That's
You'll.
true.
I mean, they'll be pissed off because you invited them for dinner because it's a conspiracy. It's like, you motherfuckers got me here just to do this. Yeah.
I know what your plan was. I don't know. I guess it like it all kind of depends, like where you are, because some religion can be another one. You can have like your very over religious like grandma, and you're just like, Grandma, the Bible's a big storybook, and none of it's real. Jesus didn't exist, and then that kicks off a whole topic. So I would say religion's definitely another one.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, Matt. It kind of depends on who your friends and family are, right? Like,
Yeah.
Some families, if you get there and you're like, let us pray, everything's cool. Other families, you get there and there's one guy that wants to pray, and everybody's like, what the fuck? Who brought this guy?
Pray, what the hell?
Yeah, it's like, who brought this guy? And then you get the families that'll be like, hey, Kyle got off. Did you see Kyle got off? And then you'll get the families that get together and be like, that son of a bitch should be in prison. It's just it's a funny dynamic on how probably every household, right, has the imbalance, right? Like what is the majority of the household, whoever's in that family, what's the give and take on each side. But definitely interesting family dynamics. I would say that in my lifetime, where we're at today is probably as extreme as it's ever been, right?
Yeah.
Like, I remember as a kid, people could bring up politics and it was like, fucking nobody even wanted to talk about it. It wasn't a topic, right? There was nothing to be a topic about politics.
They were like, this person's president, this person is this, and that's just
Or
how
it was
is.
amicable if it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can actually have a conversation.
Yep. Now, man, you bring it up now, it'd be like fucking pouring gas on a fire. Like if there was...
Oh my God, yeah.
But it's sad because I used to think like, oh, when I had debates or talked with people, it's like that's when like you learn a lot talking to other people. And now like it's sad because people just get passionate, and some of it's warranted and some of it's not. But I will say though, like there are families that are all on the same side, and then when they talk politics, they get each other amped up, and I don't know if that's worse.
I love getting people amped up. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
But no, they get each other amped up and like get more excited about their side. Whereas sometimes you need that, like, oh well, this side, like that's good to kind of balance things out and actually have a discussion. But like when everybody's on the same side and they're like, yeah, and that too, and yeah, and then they get like more amped up about that side, and then they become more like skewed or more biased about that one specific subject or political party or whatever.
Well, yeah, I guess it all is subjective, really, right? Just because.
Right. If we all knew exactly what was for the best, I think not all of us.
Well,
most of us would be in agreement.
Well, I think I know what's for the best, but nobody else fucking listens.
And that's how we all feel now.
I would say also like, oh dang, I forgot my train of thought. I had a good one, but now I can't remember what it is. Dang.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If I did travel around to families' houses for the holidays, still, I would probably be the instigator, right?
Oh,
it'd be like wherever house we were going to, where, if obviously you're going to know them well enough to know their leanings. I mean, it would be bad. Like, if we were going to somebody's house that was a liberal, I would, have Let's Go Brandon as my fucking my my notification
Jeez.
tone or something on my phone, or just stupid shit just to antagonize. Or if we was going over to conservative's house, I would have fucking a Hillary sticker on my truck or something. Just stupid shit like that. That's just how I am, I think, as a person. I would just be that instigator of the group. It's like, man, let's turn this fucking thing into a party.
I like to talk shit, so I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just like talking shit.
See, I
yeah.
miss the amicable days of actual dates and discussions. I
Yeah,
actually
see,
genuinely
people
miss.
can't have those anymore.
Nah, that doesn't exist
No,
no
it
more.
doesn't happen
Our
anymore.
parents all
I
got a hold of
know.
Facebook, so we can't have those
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, they believe everything that comes across Facebook, so that is
started
no
reading
longer
everything.
happening. Yep.
You get
Oh my gosh,
microchipped
I
by
feel like
everything.
but I've seen people for major liberals and major conservatives on both sides post articles with under it, this has been fact checked as bullshit.
Oh, I have too. That's what I'm
So when
saying.
you
Like
see it
it's
on
it's
both
both
sides.
sides. You get people that it's just like it's either you just roll your eyes like you believe this, or it's like, all right, let's talk some shit and let's get this riled up because it's so easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, if I'll be honest with you, that's probably a big reason why we don't travel around the family anymore for the holidays. Because to me, it is just a goddamn snooze fest the majority of
Oh
the
yeah.
time.
It's
It's like,
exhausting too.
yeah. And the worst part about it is, Matt, you probably realize this, right? Being in the military, I mean, you're gone all the fucking time, anyways. Like, deployed all the fucking time. You would travel home for the holidays, and as soon as you get home, everybody wants to know what your plans are for the holiday day.
Oh my, yeah. So
Like, where are you
God,
going? Whose house you going to be at? What time are you going to be there? What time you leaving? Dude, I got so tired of dealing with that bullshit alone. We just got to the point where we're like, fuck it. If you guys
Well,
want to see us, come and see us.
it's $4,000 for me
For
and
you.
the family to fly home, right? And I lived in places such as Eglin Air Force Base, which is on the beach. My family visited twice that whole time, and then my family only ever went to my house in New Hampshire an hour up the road, maybe twice more.
Oh,
So
this
it is
is
one of
this,
those.
this is great. We're gonna start a feud with Matt and his family just on
No, like
today's
I am.
episode.
I very much. I say this all the time because it's like this. It's like I've been gone for 10 years, and it's like even when I was living in New Hampshire, it's like nobody ever bothered. It was always when you coming down, when you coming down.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm fucking tired, man. Like you come to me now, or it's like
Yeah.
I'm living in this part of the country that it's like, well, I want to see this other stuff, and
Yep.
like I want to go to Washington, or I want to go to Vegas. I want to visit my friends that are around. It's like you want to see me, you come and see me then.
Yep.
And that's kind of that's where I'm at. Just like you said, being in the military, it's exhausting. I'm not wasting all this money, and then you're running around, and then it's just like I'm tired from that. I need to take a vacation from that vacation, which is why we went to Disney World, because it's like hell yeah, we get to go do something we want to do.
Well, I thought it was because you wanted to meet me in person for the first
Well,
time.
I mean, obviously, but
The truth comes out.
not.
So-
No, but I'm
we're
fortunate
just
because
vacation.
my parents have never been more than 3 hours away. But both my mom more so, she's like, I'll do whatever. My dad is like me, where he likes to host. But now he's closer, so we can all host basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Hoppy sounds like she's got it worked out. She's got divided household, two places that she's expected to go, or two different sides that she's expected to see. Hoppy is Josh's family, his parents. Are they still? Do you guys still go visit them for the holidays, or what's that situation? Because I know nowadays, right? There's so many divided households. I mean, some couples could have 4 different places that they need or feel that they need to go visit. So that I just can't imagine how people navigate that shit now.
Yeah.
So the guy I dated before I got together with Josh, because Josh and I went to high school together, but we took a long date. So I dated John for over 2 years, and mom with his in Miami, and my dad was in Fort Lauderdale. I did the 4 Christmases and the 4 Thanksgivings and spent the whole day in the car, and I was not a fan. But now Josh's parents are 5 minutes away. They're Jewish, so we don't have to worry about them on Christmas, but we are going to see things. So we see them, and then we head over, and now we're celebrating with my birth parents together with my step parents, which is turn of events, but everybody together. And like I said, we do tastings. So we've all come together over beer in the ocean. Everybody, all four of my parents love the ocean, boating, and beer. And so everybody's kind of just, yeah, they bond over that. So we're going
Nice.
to be my in-laws at noon and my brothers at 4.
So let's go around the go around it. Obviously, you got a couple of places that you're going to go to, Hoppy or Lauren, for Thanksgiving. At each place, give us a topic that you're not going to talk about at that place. Like that's the topic to avoid for that household.
This is since I know my mom and dad are watching. I think it's it's all, I don't know. Oh, okay. One of the things I do not like that my in-laws all talk about is they like talking about world-ending events. They like talking about like if the
Hell yeah,
apocalypse
doomsday
happens.
prepping.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Hell
don't
yeah,
like
now we're
that.
getting
But like
Preppers.
they
places.
talk about like, but oh, well, the world end anyways, and global warming, this and that. But then I was like, okay, well, what should we do? Like we compost all of our fruits and veggies because not composting is a contribution to global warming. So like we have a composter, we throw a bunch of stuff in the garden. So, but like they'll talk about the stuff, but then they don't do it. Instead, they'll buy like life or so I can't stand that. And then the kids will like hear bits of that and then be like, oh, are we really going to run out of water in 2040 or something like that? So
Yes,
I don't
we
like to
are.
bring up anything like that that would instigate that.
That's a
And
good
yeah,
one. Yeah, I can definitely see that and understand that. Preppers. I would call those like preppers, like doomsday preppers.
right. They're not full on crazy, but yeah,
They don't ha-
reasonable preppers.
they don't have a desalination unit on their boats yet.
No, but that would be cool. I'd be down to get that. Because have you ever seen the show I Shouldn't Be Alive?
Yep.
Like there was a
Oh
dude
yeah,
that
yeah,
like
yeah.
survived for like 70 days at sea because he had the desalination thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's my like worst night. That's like my biggest fear is getting stuck out in the ocean and like, yeah, that's like that's why I don't go on cruises, man.
That's why you're not
I
in the
feel like that
Navy.
is the.
Hell
I
yeah,
don't think
that and
anyone ever in the
I like
history of
women, but
cruises has gotten lost.
Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, and I have to say another thing that's it's going to be. I don't know how I'm going to combat this once I do get set up in Virginia Beach to do our shows. So
there's a lot of Navy up there.
Virginia Beach is fucking wall to wall seamen. Like it's Navy from Virginia Beach to Norfolk and beyond. Like that is like Navy headquarters, I think. And their fucking flight line, I swear to damn God, they pull up like 100 feet from our fucking front door of our apartment that we have right now, and it is loud as hell, like flight line loud, 24/7. Like they never stop flying ever.
See, that's
So
all white noise to me though at this point because I hear it all the time myself, so it doesn't bother me at all.
it's white noise to you, but I promise you, the first episode that I'm there and we do it from there, you guys are gonna hear it like it's like they're flying through my fucking living room because it is loud. And I'm gonna apologize right now, folks. When I do get set up there and able to be a part of this again from Virginia Beach, you're gonna hear it. This mic is ridiculous as it is, but it'll be pretty wild. Interesting topics for Hoppy that she's going to avoid. Matt, what's the one topic you're going to avoid with all the troops over tomorrow at your household?
Man, I mean, I'm gonna, you know what? It's gonna be the vaccine mandate for the military. That's what you gotta avoid. Because
Oh,
that's a sensitive subject for some people. Me, it's like I've been poked with goddamn near everything. What the hell does it make a difference? And then you got other people that all of a sudden care, but who knows? So that's what
interesting.
I'm staying away from. I'll just stay away from. I don't engage in any of those topics. I have people at work that tell me their opinions, and I'm just like, I shake my head and I nod and I move along because I don't
Yeah,
care to have any of those conversations.
yeah. I don't blame you, especially if you got people that are your peers or under you. involved in those conversations, it's usually best to just bow out of it and
Yep.
take the higher road for sure. So I cracked a new one against the Grain Brewery in Louisville.
Oh, they do the gross can art.
Yeah.
That one's
That's
not
cool.
gross.
I like that can.
Yeah.
It's another stout, 35K stout.
Maybe I'll pop a stout open on Geeks after this. Who knows?
Great beer.
I was gonna say,
Great
man,
beer.
you're really into this. I didn't realize how into the stout you were when it's cold.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, the beer you sent, the Goose Island, I think that thing's got, 3 or 4 years maybe on it, Lauren? I will tell you,
Yeah,
when
I
I
think you
opened
got an
that
older
box, when I opened that box, that was the first beer that I tucked away. I'm like, that's the best beer in the box. I enjoy those stouts, especially the stouts that have some age on it. So stouts are the best. Great New
I
Baron
always looked
glass.
in that glassware.
Yep.
Nice. There it goes. It came into focus. So I should say my husband said Titanic was bruised, so that's fair. But the Titanic was over 100 years ago, so I don't think in your lifetime and cruise line has left people lost at sea. And those people weren't lost at sea; they just froze to death.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
gives
Well,
you
there was also a
comfort.
submarine too. It just never came back up.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That's been
I mean,
fairly
you can't
recent.
go on a leisurely submarine though. That's different.
Sure, you can if you're in the Navy.
yeah.
I felt that I was in.
Is Rusty
danger
back from
on
the
ocean.
Navy?
Yeah, this is I knew that was going to be an interesting conversation. We started talking about the Siemens that come full circle now. Yeah, that's a good point though. And that has not been like a mass cruise ship sinking and mass. Well, I guess there has been, right? Like over in Europe.
Yeah,
It's
it was
not been
like
too long
Italy or
ago.
whatever. It was within the
Oh
last 10
yeah,
years. I
if
know
it
that
crashed
back
into
over in
something
Italy.
or
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was a big ship
So
that
just
sat
stick
there
with
for a long
cruise.
Yeah.
time.
I'm not doing a cruise
well,
ship.
if your
No
boat
chance.
starts to go down, just rip the door off the door frame, jump in the water, and you'll be fine.
Why? So my wife can be like, I'll never let go. And I'm sitting there getting eaten by sharks in the nice warm water because there's clearly enough room for two of us, but there's not.
What sharks are gonna come eat you?
I've
You'll be
seen the
fine.
movies.
Yeah,
Deep Blue Sea.
The movies
Hello.
are fake.
there's been
I
enough
promise
shows.
you that a shark will never eat you. You have my word.
Nope. I saw the USS Indianapolis with what's his name, Nicolas Cage. I know what happens out there.
Oh, the one with the ship,
I've watched
down
the
in the remote?
biopic Jaws. All right.
the biopic Jaws.
I think
Well,
the
I watched
worst.
the mermaid documentary.
Yeah, the worst thing you have to worry about on a cruise ship nowadays is COVID.
And
Yeah.
people's
Like-
shitty kids.
Yeah, it's like that's a petri
Yeah.
dish for fucking COVID.
Oh yeah, or not even just COVID, but just like disease.
What is it that usually
anyways? Ugh.
Goes around cruise ships. I can't remember.
Scurvy.
But if you go on,
Scurvy.
if you go on, no, not scurvy. It's not a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Scurvy.
Yeah. Food poisoning. Food
There-
poisoning is pretty
Oh,
popular on
God,
cruise
I had
ships.
food poisoning Thursday night, man. That was brutal.
Norovirus.
Mm-hmm.
That's what goes around on cruise ships. Not on the
Norovirus.
Mickey boats.
Do
The
they just
Disney
listen
cruise
to
ships.
Nora
are different.
Jones on repeat? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
Just get Ricky and
yeah,
you'll be
I don't
fine.
know. I'm not going on a cruise. Forget about it. Forget about it.
He has
I'll
Star
just stick
Wars
to the
one?
land. Nope. Nope. Unless
missing
Carrie Fisher
out.
from the 70s comes back and there's ways to get her in my hotel room. Nope.
If anyone's gonna do it, it's Disney. You got to pay extra for the bikini. package.
That's
Gold
true.
Bikini. It's the gold status.
They, like if it's $4,000 for 2 nights in their new hotel room coming out, it's probably going to be like $20,000 if they ever invented a robot like that.
$4,000.
Wait.
Oh yeah, their Disney Star Wars Land, it's $4,000 for like one person for 2 nights.
It hasn't even opened yet.
No, not yet. But then, if you're making Carrie Fisher sex bots, it's probably going to be like $20,000 to use. You got to pay for a cleaning fee.
Ew.
Yeah, that went sideways pretty quickly. That sounds like something to be in
Yeah.
Vegas and not Orlando.
The mouse will own it all.
Is this supposed to be in Orlando somewhere?
Well,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Star Wars Land. It's on Disney property. Yeah, it's a legit hotel. No, there is no robots. It's just like you're very immersed in the. You go there, you get to dress like you're in Star Wars. You get to like roam around like you're in Star Wars, sleep in like a Star Wars cool thing, and like you're very immersed in it. For it's like you're LARPing for 2 days, and yeah, it's like $4,000 to $5,000 for one person.
Well, by the time that opens up, we should be at a point where you guys get comped a night or two.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like, tell the mouse to give us a press pass already.
Yeah.
Come on.
For geeks, you guys should be there for grand opening.
Like, haven't you seen my co-host is there literally every day, like in night
Yeah.
as it is? Like, come on.
Yeah. What the hell? Somebody's got to get a hold of Mickey.
We gotta do more. We gotta do more videos. The Beercation and Adventure videos for Orlando, and then just start spamming their email account.
Mm-hmm.
I will have a Christmas beer video out next week.
Nice.
So, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
I should do some updated other parks ones.
Yep, that'd be a way to get a grand opening pass to the Star Wars resort.
it.
Yep.
She's
Let's
gonna-
We're
go.
gonna be opening for Guardians of the Galaxy. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's go check in with Lauren, get some parting shots. What do we have to look forward to? And Lauren, I want to hear like your number one food that you're looking forward to tomorrow.
My parting shots. Well, first I'll say my number one food, which probably you're gonna agree with, but it's green bean casserole. I love green bean casserole, but I hate mushrooms. So my stepmom, who also hates mushrooms, taught me to use celery soup instead of mushroom soup. So my mom is making it with celery. Like, it's caught on. So my mom is doing it too. So she told me today she was working on it. I just love the cheese. And geeks. We just dropped our Ghostbusters episode, and next week we're gonna have a comic book origin on Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, which is the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye drop today. So we'll give you a little bit of background info on them. And the Guardians of the Galaxy is opening up summer 2022 Epcot. Hopefully, I will be there that day, and maybe that will be a journey of press passes. We shall see. And that's about it.
Awesome stuff. I'm a fan of green bean casserole as well, but I like mushrooms, so keep it with cream of mushrooms and I'll be happy. Let's go check in with Matt. Matt, parting shots, favorite food item you're looking forward to tomorrow, and what do we have to look forward to on your end of geeks?
Oh man, well, my fit man stuffing. I love stuffing, but it's also pumpkin pie because I'm a fat kid, and so I do love some pumpkin pie. So it's a tie between those two. Other than that, though, yeah, Lauren hit it all with geeks. But I also have launched the sports podcast is up. It's out. It's on Apple. It's on Spotify. If you want to search sports, brews, and news, and my heterosexual life mate Josh and I talk about sports, just sports. We give a weekly NFL preview. We give a rundown of the college playoffs, news, injuries, all that kind of stuff. So we kind of launched that recently. And other than that, man, things are kind of calm right now. I won't be on here the next 2 weeks. My son's birthday is next Wednesday, and then there's something happening the Wednesday after that. I can't remember at the top of my head. So
you booked us for some other podcast at 8:30.
Sorry, we got invited. Lauren and I are actually going head to head on a podcast to play Christmas Jeopardy, and there's very high stakes on the line. So I have to go and beat Lauren.
So I'll be
Jeopardy
busy
and show her
kicking
that
his
I am
ass.
truly the superior one of the Geeks podcast. And yeah,
This is where my me being 7 years old will come into play. 7 more years of Christmas movies.
No,
You're going down, kid.
I hope they're all Hallmark Christmas movies, Busta.
Oh, then you definitely win.
But no, seriously, if you are happy to listen to this, make sure you get out there and you get your Secret Santa gift December 18th. It is a Saturday. So we booked it on a Saturday so we can all get together. We can go live. We can show off our gifts. We can discuss with our, our Patreons, all that kind of stuff. It's been a while since we've seen a lot of you, so it's going to be a big, good family gathering, and we're gonna let the stouts flow that night, the high ABVs flow, and have a good time. So make sure to get your gifts, sent them out, and if you need the addresses or anything, hit me up. I can get you them, or my wife, since she sent out the good stuff. And as always, follow Bottle Share. We have another Mobcraft collab potentially happening, and a couple other collaborations happening. So peace, love.
Matt is busy. Matt is very, very busy. I don't know how he keeps up with it, to be honest with you.
Sometimes I don't either, and then I don't know. I feel like I have to be busy. The way my brain works, I can't just like it makes me very uncomfortable not doing stuff. So my wife's gonna kill me probably, but that's okay. You gotta die of something, right?
That's true. I don't know that I could eat pumpkin pie tomorrow, though. I'll eat a bunch of shit tomorrow. I can promise you one of those things is not going to be pumpkin pie.
Man, pumpkin pie is the bee's knees, man.
I'm on the exact opposite end of the pumpkin pie spectrum that Matt is on. Like, he is not going to go without having a piece of pumpkin pie tomorrow.
I don't care how full I am and how much I throw after. It's going down.
It's like if all they served is pumpkin pie tomorrow, I would starve.
Dang, that's
Hey, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll get this out on podcast here shortly. Good to see these folks. Hey, I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. This is a couple of years on that we've done a show the night before, and it's always good to see you guys. Hope you have a great time with the families tomorrow, friends, MASH, fellow airmen. Appreciate what you guys do for us, definitely out there. Hope you guys have a great one. And whatever it is that everybody does tomorrow, be safe. Remember the reason. Be thankful, be safe, and if you do drink, especially tonight,
have a plan.
Yeah, get a fucking Uber or something, man. This shit is way too easy. I was going to say,
take your vitamins.
Yeah, and take your vitamins. I cracked open the second one, and I actually have consumed 4 of these motherfuckers tonight because I'm going to be honest with you. If you're not fucking hitting up happy hour vitamins and you like to overindulge in alcohol, you're a fool. I know for a fact they've saved my life a couple of times here recently, so... check them out. Go check those guys out. We'll have more with those guys here coming soon. Check out your hops, barons, rubs, spices, brine, whatever the hell it is that you're going to do cooking wise. You need to check those guys out. Have some great products. We'll get a promotional on with these guys as soon as well on our show. I would imagine after the holidays, and hopefully life slows down back a little bit more and we can get those guys on. I hope to be back maybe next Wednesday. I don't know what the fuck is taking the cable company so long out there to hook up a decent internet connection for me, but hopefully soon we'll get some connection. Otherwise, it'll be off the cuff type shit and maybe joining you from a Starbucks soon or some.
Hey, there we go.
Shit like that. But have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy plenty of beer, and whatever you do, be safe. Have a great night, folks.
Peace.
Cheers.
To you. Sick. Jay, have a good Thanksgiving, my man.
Man, you guys too. Enjoy it. Be safe. Eat a lot of fucking turkey tomorrow, man. Whatever you guys do.
Hell yeah, I got a 13-pounder, man. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Lauren, I sent you the link. I gotta go pee, and then I'll be there.
All right, guys. Enjoy it.
I'll do the same.
Peace.
Be safe.
Sweet. Bye.